What up, savages? Welcome to another episode of the Savage Land. Welcome to another episode of the Feild, man. And I'm coming to you guys live right after the day of my 40th birthday, man. So got that in. I'm just a real humble guy. It's just another day. But 40th is a big achievement, man. As far as I know, I have no health struggles, man. I got a beautiful life, beautiful wife, beautiful children, and I'm so happy at that. I'm so happy to see my 40th birthday. And I had a good toy hunt. If you guys can, check out the toy hunt video, the video before this. But that Feild in that video, I ended up coming back and get him. I couldn't leave a good man down. But man, all this G.I. Joe news that's going on, I had to get on this microphone and talk about G.I. Joe. And I was just originally going to talk about Chuckles, the Sdcc exclusive, and Crazy Legs. I was going to talk about him and the HasLab so far, but then some other G.I. Joe news came where they showed some reveals for the mole rat, and they showed some reveals for an alley viper, a crimson alley viper, and another girl called Shooter that just been brought to my attention. But we're going to get into those guys. So let's get right into it. First off, I'm going to talk about Chuckles, Mr. Chuckles here, and then we'll get into the HasLab, and then we'll go into the other three figures. But I was talking... I don't know how it's corresponding. It had to been through YouTube, but LMF Files, Lyle's Figure Files, Lyle's Movie Files, a very good channel. My man is a great orator. I could just sit up and listen to a collection of essays being read by him from Charles Dickens or something like that, man. He has a great voice, and he has a great knowledge and a true passion for toys and pop culture, man, and kind of corresponding with him. And I was like, man, that Chuckles looks good, and he showed off some other figures coming from Sdcc, and I told him I would look at it throughout the day, and I had a whole day to lay on the Myrtle Beach and look at Chuckles, and my reaction is I like him. Do I like him more than the Condor from Valaverse? Yes, I do. Is it a huge difference, like he's leaving that figure by leaps and bounds? In my eyes, no. I told you I had a crazy obsession over Chuckles, just started about 2 months ago. Like, man, really wanting a different type splash character like this, and he is cool. He is a good offering. I don't think he's miles and leaps ahead of Condor, but I do like him better than Condor, and I think they would look good together, man. I honestly do. I see some people complain about the shirt tucked in. As far as in the literature I've seen on him in images, he has his shirt tucked in. I mean, he's not Condor. Let's not get it twisted here. He came before Condor. Okay, so his shirt is tucked in, and then some people, and this is all through Facebook groups I've seen complaining about the fatigue pants. I mean, and certain animations he has on the green pants, but in the first appearance of him, he has on more like a blue jeans or some blue slacks, and that's cool because I just picked up that comic book last week. I believe issue number 60 or 70, man, don't get me the line. I still haven't finished reading it, but as far as how he looks, it's great with me. The only thing I don't like is his body's a little too slim. Now, I've seen him in different iterations and him drawn slimmer, of course, over the decades and the years, but his first appearance, his appearance in G.I. Joe, the movie, he was a thick, wide guy. Was he fat? No. Was he big and strong? No. He was a thick guy, and I don't think G.I. Joe has that buck, to be truly honest. But if this was an SDC truly exclusive, they would make a buck for that. But I'm not the one to complain. I'm still gonna get this figure. I mean, it's still a good looking figure, but on some true accurate, I mean, it looks like his two legs in the comic book iteration of him, his first appearance, his two legs in this figure should be one leg. That's how thick and wide he is. He's just a thick guy. But let's get into the offering of Chuckles. As far as the box, the packaging, I'm loving it. That's cool. He has two head scopes. I don't know what the black eye and the missing tooth head is, but I'm pretty sure he got his ass whooped in some type of interrogation, and he held strong. He held strong and got away with the briefcase that they gave him. He has some headphones, like some glasses, looks like a 9mm or a 45, two fisted hands, which is rare with G.I. Joe, with brass knuckles, which that's dope. He has everything of the making of a CIA agent, and with the beat up head scope, I think that's pretty cool. I've seen it before with the 2-pack with Spider-Man back in the day with Craven, and this looks cool, especially for a sleazy CIA agent. My favorite CIA agent is Johnny Depp in Once Upon a Time in Mexico. I forgot his name in that, but he was sleazy and ruthless and was straight up. He was a straight killer. But he comes with files, some like Lele, whatever you call that Hawaiian thing. I'm sorry for my South Pacificers if I can't get that right. That goes around your neck. I think that's it. A knife, a set of binoculars, looks like a tape recorder, and like his case files, which is dope. $40, I think it's worth it, man. It's right there on the edge, but it's worth it. Of course, he has the holster. He has a cool Hawaiian shirt that's tucked in, which I'm fine with that. He's not Condor, okay? And then the green pants looks good. A lot of people said they believe he's my man from Tiger Force. I can't think of it. Ricondo's buck, and it looks like it. And Ricondo is kind of a little bit thicker than what I thought. He looked kind of slim when I first seen him, but he was a little bit thicker. But I think Chuckles should have been a little bit thicker. But the box art looks like it's on an old radio, and that's pretty cool, man. It's a Sdcc exclusive, so I'm pretty sure pre-orders will go up. I guess it's gonna go up on Hasbro Pulse also. So I'll be looking to check in with this one. I like this. I like the offering. I think it's a cool looking G.I. Joe figure. For all the guys who had the James Bond Hawaiian shirt Condor from Valorverse, I think they'll look great together. I really do, man. I'm not even gonna hate on that. All right, so next up we got my man Crazy Legs. And just like I said on Soapbox, they need to reveal that in the next day. Hasbro revealed that because that stalemated Dragonfly was just sitting. Glenda wasn't doing the thing. And it's David Crazy Legs Thomas, which is cool. Off the gate, my personal opinion, I don't think Crazy Legs will take this over the top. I do think it's probably going to get to 19, but me personally, if I was going to say, am I going to buy this Dragonfly with this extra figure and see what it is? I don't think Crazy Legs would do that for me. I'd be like, nah, I'm good. Anybody who's backed this Dragonfly, you're good with the initial offering, and the figures are a blessing, really, on this one right here. Same thing with the His Tank in my eyes. The only thing the Dragonfly has over the His Tank is that it has projection and missiles and fire effects. That's the only thing. I don't know why. I don't know if they're gonna come with some type of surprise or something, but I guess if you don't get the Dragonfly, you can't get the missile effects to shoot off or whatnot. But I don't know, it might fit the same one that Bazooka has as far as the effects. But that is my initial thoughts, but I still think it'll get there. When I checked earlier today is the 12th, it was at 15,757, so it's climbing towards Glenda. So who knows? If I'm gonna get this thing, I definitely want to get all the figures. I mean, I don't have a problem. I might not even open Glenda, but who knows? I like the way Crazy Legs looks. I like the way he looks with Ripcord. I think those are two in the pocket figures. I like the way he looks with Wild. Those three guys look together with Wild Bill. Glenda's the only offset, like in his blue and silver suit. So who knows? He sounds like something to keep in the cut, or if you just wanted your full collection out, keeper or sell bait all day on eBay, man. So but I think it's a good offering with those 4 figures, and then the helicopter. That's awesome. With me though, I think it was a good offering with the initial, with the helicopter and Wild Bill, and I'm always good with Ripcord. I love that colorway. I love that figure. But I hopefully get there to 19. But as my personal opinion, that's not something that's going to push it over the edge. It has rose a little bit. I say it's probably rose 700 backers in the last 2 or 3 days since they announced that, and we got 5 days left. Me personally, I have 2 on order, but I'm dropping back to 1. I'm going through some things with my trucking company. I got some maintenance I gotta do, some problems I have to fix with my truck, but I do want this helicopter, so I'm dropping back from 1. And by that time, when those figures come out, I might not solely be so hard on Men on Card with G.I. Joe, even though I want to get every figure. But after this first 100, and I know I got that solidified and locked in, I think I'm good. So I don't know, but I'm dropping back to 1 regardless. You know, life calls and toys are second. You feel me? So that's that. We're gonna see what's up on the 18th when the HasLab production ends, and we'll see from there. So I definitely will be reporting on that. But let's move on to the 3 new figures that I just seen in the last couple of hours, and it's a Crimson Alley Viper, the mole rat that they've been talking about forever. We finally get to see that, and a figure, a Night Force figure called Shooter. Jody Craig. I like that name. It's better than Glenda. I'll tell you that right now. Jody Craig, aka Shooter. Now, let's start with the Crimson Viper. And all these look like Walmart cons. So we haven't even got the Big Ben yet. And we haven't got the other figure from that, the other army builder from that, and we're already getting hit with more Walmart cons. So with so much G.I. Joe coming up, I really don't have a lot pre-ordered except a few. The rest, I'm just winging it, hunting them down as they come, which will still probably be a year from now or something like that. So I'm not even tripping on that, but they just dumping them. But let's start with the Crimson Alley Viper. First figure up. I actually like the presentation of this. I like the blue and orange Alley Viper better because that's just my Alley Viper, but this one is dope. I like it has the hashes on the shield, looks like a hazard or, a caution sign. It has the red crimson vest, and everything else is blacked out with gray accents. Pretty sure it's gonna come with the same layout. They were pretty loaded with the Alley Viper. Same figure, just different colors. And I like it. I don't know when these figures, I think the pre-order will be next week on the 18th for all three of these figures, but I don't know when the release date is. But hey, we got so much G.I. Joe. We're like swimming in G.I. Joe. I'm surrounded by G.I. Joe, being swallowed whole by G.I. Joe right now. And I would say just out the gate, these three figures are nothing like, oh man, you about to fall out your seat, but they're nice, solid figures. 2 army builders and just a regular G.I. Joe, and a female at that. So this far as this Crimson Alley Viper, man, I definitely think I will dibble in with this. I might get 5, might get 10, I don't know, but it won't be no more than that, because it's going to stack on to a bigger Crimson army, which the Baroness, that's one thing I meant to say with Chuckles. They still supposed to come out with that Crimson 3-pack with Baroness and the twins. So there's a lot of Crimson coming out, and you don't have to just necessarily go hard in just one area. You can just split splash them all together, and by the time you're done, you'll have like 40-50 Crimson troops, because it's already 3 or 4 sets already. So it's crazy. Like I said, you're getting swallowed in G.I. Joe, lost in G.I. Joe, and that's a cool thing, man. It's a good line. So let's go into the next figure, Jody Craig. That's a badass name right there. I like that, Jody Craig. She from Montclair, New Jersey. I pulled up a little synopsis on her. She's way over my head as far as knowing who she is. This is probably, I guess, 25th anniversary days, stuff like that. I didn't even know G.I. Joe had a black female. I was wondering why, and now it's cool. Kill Switch got somebody to go with her. See, like I said, I really wasn't into doing the Condor and Chuckles. I just really don't care, but I like Kill Switch, and now G.I. Joe is partnering somebody up with her. But if you don't know who she is, Jody F. Craig, she's an E7 from Montclair, New Jersey. She's infantry, and she's basically just like Stalker, which is dope, because I had Kill Switch play Stalker's daughter. So, and reason why I say that, because she's a sniper. They say she basically will spend hours, days, making a minute inch to stalk her prey, and that's what you do. You get in that ghillie suit, you stalk so you can set your shot up. You might stalk for a day just to set up a shot. And that's what she do. She has a big old gun, man, that they loaded her out with. And of course, it's G.I. Joe. It looks fake, but I like it. Of course, the barrel might be bent, but you straighten it out. There's some guns like Rock and Roll's gun, Stalker's gun. You can tell those aren't real guns, but they mimic them very well. And then in the land of fun and fantasy, if you set the shot up right, just like how they did with Rock and Roll, that sold the figure, that sold the shot, man. So I'm cool with it. Let me see what else she's got. She's got a knife, 2 regular guns. I've also got these pictures from G.I. Joe Classified Elite. A guy up there, I should have his name up there. I'm pretty sure I posted it. All this stuff I'm pulling from, and Otter Shark confirmed these too. So I seen him earlier. So all this stuff I'm pulling from other people, just like anybody else. The cool thing about her is, though, she has a gas mask on her head, which is pretty dope. I like her loadout. And she's part of Night Force, so Big Ben has somebody to go with him now. But as far as her upper body, they say she has Lady J's arms, Scarlet's legs, and her head and torso is new. I don't know if this is like a rag that goes over her head, or that's like another wig piece, hair piece to go beside the gas mask. But looks dope, man. Looks dope. I'm definitely getting her. And she has a really good face mold. Now let's go to the last figure, which is the Mole Rat. I don't know anything about this. I tried to look up something. Looks like nobody else really knows either. It's just a figure that they made up that's actually starting its origin in the toy line. If somebody's looking at this, please let me know where does the mole rat come from. But it's a good looking figure, man. Blue and orange, just like an alley viper. Would look good with your alley viper. I thought maybe this came from the cesspool days when G.I. Joe was fighting Toxic. But as you can see, he comes with a gas mask, has a backpack, drill, I guess for drilling holes. He's a mole rat. Some other like looking weapon. It looks like a bullhorn almost. Futuristic looking gun. And then I guess some type of like gas device. I guess he's supposed to deal with toxic gases, things of that nature. That's for the disfigured zombie looking face. But it's a good looking figure. It's a good looking figure. I never heard of a mole rat my entire life, but it fits the Cobra aesthetic, man. And that is cool. That is cool. All three of these figures I think are pretty solid. I'm not gonna chase them down hard. I'm gonna let them come to me if they can. I'm definitely not chasing these down. Even though I'm an alley viper guy and I'm trying to build the Crimson Vipers, I'll come across them soon. I can almost predict this with all this G.I. Joe coming out and with Walmart distribution problems, but we still ain't got the retro backs from last year. It's gonna be probably a stockhold of G.I. Joe, and some of these figures, man, you might be able to get for a good price, dirt cheap, man, when all this stuff kind of starts hitting the fan. Because the game always changes, and when that's happened, then they're gonna tighten back up on their G.I. Joe. And Big Nerdy from Nerdzoic did an episode on this about 3-4 months ago, and that's business, to be honest with you, and I can see that happening, man. But great figures. I think they're all solid. I think G.I. Joe is doing a good job. These are Walmart cons little G.I. Joe releases. A Night Force figure. Now, don't give it to, I don't know if the Crimson Alley Viper is Walmart also, but I know this Night Force stuff is, and the mole rat possibly looks like it too. So we will see. But I had to put my intake in on Chuckles, on Crazy Legs here from the HasLab campaign, and the three figures that was announced today: the Crimson Alley Viper, Jody Craig, that's a badass name, Shooter, aka Shooter, black female that can go along with Kill Switch, which is awesome, and the mole rat. And I think all three of these are solid figures. So, but I'll be doing some updates. Sdcc is up next week. I'll definitely be putting my little 2-cent in, my thoughts. So you guys put your hit your like buttons, comment, hit your bell notifications. I also activated my Instagram, and I've been had an Instagram, but I don't use it. It's Geppetto910. So you guys hit me up on my Instagram. Follow me, man. Let's try to get this thing going here. But I definitely will be throwing my 2 cents in on Sdcc. Where I think I put an extra D and an extra C in it. But this is the Savage Land. We do this for the love and beauty of action figures and all this G.I. Joe we swimming in. My head's swimming in this shit. And with that being said, until the next time, God bless.